Here is something that shocked even me as a top surgeon. Did you know that Japan has officially become the country with the highest number of people living beyond 100 years old? And not just by a small margin, but by a staggering lead. Every year, the number of Japanese centenarians keeps rising, and the world is asking, what's their secret? If you don't believe me, I invite you right now, just for a few seconds, to make a quick Google search. Type Japan number of people over 100 and see for yourself. The numbers are mind-blowing. And here's the most surprising part. It's not just about their diet, their tea, or their genes. It's about what they do every single day in simple movements and exercises that keep their bodies strong, their joints flexible, and their hearts resilient. Here is what shocked me even more. In 2019, a group of researchers published a study on Japanese elders, examining their daily activity levels and simple exercises. The results were so shocking that the study had to be repeated in 2021 to confirm if it was real. And guess what? The findings held true. The elders who practiced small, consistent movements every day were not only living longer, but they were also living healthier, walking independently, bending without pain, and even climbing stairs into their late 90s. So let me ask you this. What if I told you that by practicing 7 simple exercises every single day, exercises that Japanese elders have been doing for decades, you too could restore strength to your body, protect your joints, and even extend the quality years of your life? What if I told you that it's not too late, no matter your age right now? Would you be willing to try just for a few minutes a day? Because in this video, I'm about to reveal 7 movements inspired by Japanese elders, and I promise you, they are not complicated. You don't need a gym, you don't need expensive equipment, and you don't need to be super fit to start. All you need is a little bit of space, a chair, and the willingness to take charge of your own health. Now, before we dive into the exercises, let's take a moment to talk about why this matters. I know many of you watching right now are over 60, maybe even 70 or 80. Some of you may be struggling with weak knees, stiff hips, painful backs, or balance issues. I know how frustrating it is when your body no longer listens to you the way it used to. When walking up a flight of stairs feels like climbing a mountain, or when sitting down and standing up leaves you breathless. It can feel like you are losing a part of yourself. And for many seniors, that thought alone is terrifying. But here's what the Japanese have taught us. Aging does not have to mean giving up your independence. It does not have to mean surrendering your mobility or your joy. In fact, many Japanese elders believe that moving daily, even in simple ways, is a form of medicine. They call it ikigai, a reason for living, and one of the most important parts of this practice is movement. Not exercise in the way you might think of it, like lifting heavy weights or running marathons, but small, daily, life-giving movements. So today I'm going to walk you through 7 such movements. But remember, these are not just physical exercises. They are a gift to your future self. They are the habits that can allow you to pick up your grandchildren without pain, to walk to the market without fear of falling, and to wake up every morning with energy and dignity. Let's begin with the first one. I call it the longevity bend. Imagine standing with your feet shoulder-width apart, arms by your side. Slowly, gently, bend forward, letting your arms dangle like a waterfall toward the ground. Don't force it, just let gravity do the work. Stay in that position for a few breaths, then slowly rise back up. This movement is a favorite among Japanese elders because it stretches the spine, increases blood circulation to the brain, and improves flexibility in the hips. In fact, a Japanese study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors who practiced forward bends daily had significantly lower rates of lower back pain. Isn't that incredible? Now, movement number 2, this one is almost deceptively simple, yet it is one of the most powerful for maintaining independence. It's the sit to stand. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair, feet flat on the ground, arms crossed over your chest. Without using your hands, slowly rise to a standing position, then sit back down. Try this 5 to 10 times. Why is this so important? Because the ability to rise from a chair without assistance is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. A study conducted in Tokyo tracked seniors for over 10 years, and those who could perform this movement were significantly more likely to live longer, healthier lives than those who couldn't. Think about that. Something as simple as practicing standing up from a chair could literally add years of independence to your life. Now, before we continue to the third movement, let me remind you of something. The exercises I am sharing with you are not just random tips. They are backed by real science, by real research, and by the lived experiences of people who are living proof that they work. And here's the good news. You don't have to be perfect at them. You don't have to do them for hours. Even starting with just a few minutes a day can transform the way your body feels. But here's where many seniors struggle. You start for a few days, maybe even a week, and then you stop. Life gets in the way. Motivation slips, and slowly the body stiffens again. That's why I am here. This channel is not just about giving you instructions. It's about walking with you every step of the way, motivating you, encouraging you, and answering your questions. I personally reply to each and every comment because I know how important it is to feel supported. You are not alone in this. And because I truly want you to succeed, I have prepared something very special for you, a free 1-month exercise guide designed specifically for seniors. This guide is simple, safe, and effective, and it contains exactly the kind of movements that can transform your body if you stay consistent. I created it because nothing brings me greater joy as a physician than seeing seniors reclaim their health and live with confidence again. This is my passion, and it's the reason I run this channel. Here's how you can get it. All you have to do is write the word "ready" in the comments below. By doing that, you're not just asking for the guide. You're also making a promise to yourself that you're ready to take back control of your health. After you comment, just head to the video description where I've placed a special link. From there, you can download the full PDF completely free. No cost, no catch. Just a powerful resource to help you start your journey today. So, are you ready? If you are, let's move on to the third movement. I call this one the balance lifeline. Balance is one of the most important abilities we need to protect as we age, because loss of balance is the #1 reason seniors fall. And falls are not just accidents. According to research published in the Lancet Public Health, 1 out of every 3 adults over 65 experiences a fall each year, and many of those falls result in broken bones, loss of independence, and even hospitalization. That's why Japanese elders place so much importance on training their balance daily. Here's how to do it. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair that you can hold on to if needed. Lift one foot gently off the floor and balance on the other foot for as long as you can. Try to keep your body upright, your chest open, and your gaze forward. Switch to the other foot and repeat. At first, you may only manage a few seconds, but with practice, you'll notice you can stay balanced longer and longer. And here's what's fascinating. A Japanese study conducted at Kyoto University found that seniors who could balance on one leg for 20 seconds or more had a significantly lower risk of dementia and strokes. That's right. Practicing this simple movement not only strengthens your muscles, but also protects your brain and heart. Isn't that powerful? Now on to movement number 4, which I like to call the shoulder opener. Many seniors suffer from stiff shoulders, hunched backs, or even frozen shoulders, making it hard to reach overhead or even put on clothes. This is not just uncomfortable, it can steal away independence in small but painful ways. The shoulder opener is a gentle, restorative movement. Sit or stand tall, then slowly roll your shoulders backward in wide circles, lifting them up toward your ears, opening the chest, and squeezing the shoulder blades gently together. Do this 5 to 10 times, then roll them forward. This simple movement improves posture, increases flexibility, and opens the lungs for better breathing. In fact, Japanese elders often do shoulder rolls before their morning tea or before heading out for a walk. And research in the Journal of Physical Activity and Aging confirmed that seniors who kept their upper body flexible reported less pain and more ease with daily activities. But let me pause here to remind you of something. These exercises are not just about moving your muscles. They are about protecting your independence. When you can balance, you can walk safely. When you can stand from a chair, you can get up without calling for help. When your shoulders are open, you can dress yourself, cook, and lift your arms with freedom. These little victories are what allow you to live fully without relying on others. Now let's go to movement number 5, which I like to call the heel lift. Stand with your feet hip-width apart, holding onto the back of a chair if you need support. Slowly rise up onto your toes, lifting your heels as high as you can, then lower back down. Do this about 10 to 15 times. Why is this so important? Because the calf muscles are the second heart of the body. Every time you contract them, you pump blood back up toward your heart and brain. Weak calf muscles can lead to poor circulation, swelling in the legs, and even increased risk of blood clots. Japanese elders know this, and they often incorporate heel lifts into daily chores, while brushing their teeth, cooking rice, or even waiting for tea to steep. A fascinating study in the Journal of Vascular Health showed that seniors who practiced heel lifts regularly had significantly better blood circulation and reduced swelling compared to those who didn't. So if you've ever noticed your legs feeling heavy or swollen at the end of the day, this one exercise could change everything. Now, before we move to movement number 6, I want to address something I know many of you might be thinking. Maybe you're watching this right now and saying, "This sounds great, but I've tried exercises before, and I always give up." Or maybe you're thinking, "My knees are too weak, my back hurts too much, or I'm simply too old." If that's you, let me gently challenge that belief. Because the truth is, Japanese elders are not superhuman. They are ordinary people, just like you, who chose not to give up on themselves. The difference is not in their bodies, it's in their habits. They commit to small daily movements, and over time, these habits transform their health. And if they can do it, so can you. Now let's continue. Movement number 6 is the hip circle. Place your hands gently on your hips. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart, and slowly rotate your hips in a wide circle as if you are hula hooping. Go one direction 5 times, then switch to the other. This movement loosens the hip joints, strengthens the core, and improves flexibility. Why is this important? Because stiff hips are one of the leading causes of falls and mobility issues in seniors. In fact, Japanese physiotherapists often prescribe hip circles as a daily practice for elders recovering from hip surgeries or arthritis flare-ups. And here's something incredible. A study published in the Journal of Orthopedic Research found that seniors who practiced hip mobility exercises daily reduced their risk of developing chronic lower back pain by nearly 40%. Think about that. Something so simple, something you can do in your living room, can prevent one of the most common and painful problems of aging. Now finally, let's talk about the 7th movement, which is perhaps the most beloved by Japanese elders: the gentle squat. Don't worry, I'm not asking you to drop into a deep athletic squat. This is a safe, senior-friendly version. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, hold on to a sturdy surface if needed, and bend your knees slightly as if you are about to sit in a chair, then come back up. Do this slowly and carefully, repeating 5 to 10 times. This movement strengthens the thighs, hips, and core, the muscles most responsible for supporting your body and preventing falls. Japanese elders often perform these squats daily, even into their 80s and 90s, because they know strong legs mean freedom. One famous study from the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology followed seniors for several years and found that those who practiced squats regularly were more likely to remain independent in activities of daily living. They could climb stairs, cook, clean, and care for themselves without help. Isn't that the kind of life you want for yourself? A life where you are not dependent on others but full of energy and strength? Now I know we've covered a lot so far, 7 movements in total. Let's recap briefly. The longevity bend to keep your spine and hips flexible, the sit to stand to preserve your independence, the balance lifeline to protect your stability and your brain, the shoulder opener to restore posture, the heel lift to improve circulation, the hip circle to protect your back and joints, and the gentle squat to keep your legs strong. 7 movements, that's all. 7. Done daily, consistently, with love and patience for your own body. These are the secrets Japanese elders use to stay strong, to live long, and to thrive even past 100 years old. But before we move to the final part of this video, let me ask you, how do you feel hearing this? Does it give you hope? Does it make you want to get up right now and try at least one of these movements? I hope so, because you don't need to wait until tomorrow or until the right time. The right time is now. So here we are. We've walked through 7 simple but powerful movements that Japanese elders practice daily, and we've explored the science that shows why they work. But I want you to pause for just a moment and imagine something. Imagine yourself a year from today. What would your life look like if you committed to doing these movements every single day? Imagine being able to get out of bed without groaning from back pain. Imagine climbing stairs without holding on to the railing. Imagine walking through the park with confidence, without fear of falling. Imagine bending down to pick something up without your knees screaming in protest. This is not a fantasy. This is reality for thousands of Japanese seniors who prove it every day. And if they can do it, so can you. But here's the truth. Change never happens overnight. It doesn't happen with one video or one promise or one burst of motivation. It happens through small, consistent choices. And every choice you make is a vote for the kind of future you want. Every time you do one of these movements, you're telling your body, I'm not giving up on you. I still believe in you. And I want to be very honest here. I know it's not always easy. Some of you watching right now are dealing with chronic pain. Some of you are recovering from surgeries. Some of you may feel too tired, too weak, or too discouraged to even try. I understand. I've seen it in my patients, and I've seen it in my own family. Aging can feel cruel, like your body is betraying you. But here is what I need you to know. It is never too late. Never. The human body is remarkable. It can adapt, it can strengthen, and it can heal at any age. I have seen seniors in their 80s and 90s regain strength, improve their balance, and live more independently simply by refusing to quit. And this is why I created this channel, because I believe every senior deserves not just more years, but better years. Years full of movement, joy, and dignity. My mission is to walk with you through this journey, to share not just exercises, but also encouragement, science, and community. And let me tell you something that I know many channels won't. You don't have to do this alone. That's why I personally reply to every single comment you leave. When you write to me, I see you, I hear you, and I will respond because I know how powerful it is to have someone in your corner, someone cheering for you, someone guiding you. Now let's go back to Japan for just a moment. Do you know what they say about aging there? They don't see it as decline. They see it as a new stage of life, a stage that can be beautiful, full of purpose, full of what they call ikigai, your reason for living. Movement is part of that ikigai. It's not just about preventing illness or adding years. It's about finding joy in the simple act of moving, of breathing, of being alive. And I want that for you. I want you to wake up each morning with the quiet confidence that your body can carry you through your day. I want you to feel the pride of knowing you're taking control of your health. I want you to look in the mirror and see not someone who is too old, but someone who is strong, capable, and full of life. But here's something important. Information without action does nothing. You've heard these 7 movements today. You've learned why they work. Now the choice is yours. Will you watch this video and forget about it tomorrow? Or will you stand up right now, even for just 2 minutes, and try one of these exercises? Will you be one of those people who looks back a year from now and says, that video was the turning point of my life? I believe you can. I believe you have more strength inside you than you realize. And to help you, I've prepared that special free 1-month exercise guide. It's designed with these exact movements, along with simple routines you can follow day by day. It's my way of making sure you don't just watch this video, but you put it into practice. And remember, all you need to do is comment the word "ready" below. Then go to the video description where I've placed a link. Download it, print it if you like, keep it somewhere visible, and let it remind you every single day that your health matters, that you matter. Think of it this way. Every time you open that guide, you're not just looking at exercises. You're holding a key that can unlock a stronger body, a clearer mind, and a healthier future. You're reminding yourself that it is never too late to take charge of your health. And every time you complete even 1 page from that guide, you're casting a vote for the life you want to live, not just today, but for years to come. Now, I want to pause and remind you of something important. Aging is not a disease, it's a natural stage of life. But how we experience that stage is deeply influenced by the choices we make. And movement is the single most powerful medicine available. It costs nothing, has no negative side effects, and works better than any pill in keeping your muscles strong, your joints flexible, and your heart healthy. The Japanese elders have already proven this. Remember, they hold the world record for the largest number of people living past 100 years, and it is not a coincidence. It's the result of daily habits, habits just like the 7 movements we've explored together today. And I want you to imagine this. 1 year from now, you could look back at this very moment and say, that's when I started. That's when everything changed, because that's how transformation happens. It doesn't happen in some distant future. It begins the moment you decide to take action. I know some of you may feel nervous or even doubtful, thinking, will this really work for me? I'm too old, I'm too weak, I've already lost too much. But let me tell you, as a physician who has walked with seniors for years, I have seen miracles. I have seen 80-year-olds who could barely walk regain the strength to dance again. I have seen men and women who once thought their independence was gone rise up and prove themselves wrong. And do you know how it started? With the courage to try, with one small movement, one small commitment, one day at a time. So I am asking you, don't give up on yourself. Not now, not ever. You still have life, and with life comes possibility. You still have strength inside you, more than you think. All you need to do is unlock it, and I will be here with you every step of the way. When you leave a comment, I will read it. When you share your struggle, I will respond. And when you celebrate a small victory, I will celebrate with you. Because this is not just my channel. This is our community, a place where seniors can rise, encourage one another, and prove to the world and to themselves that age does not define ability. So here is my invitation. Comment ready right now, grab your free guide from the description, and begin today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Even if all you do is one sit to stand or one heel raise, start small, but start, and let this moment be your turning point. Because the truth is, Japan may hold the title for the most centenarians in the world, but you, yes, you, can create your own legacy of strength and vitality. The 7 movements are no secret anymore. You now have the knowledge. The only question is, will you take action? I believe in you. I'm walking with you, and I can't wait to see your transformation. So let's do this together. Your future self is waiting.